Hey Paisanos, it's PD here. Buckshot Roulette is a first-person relaxation probability game where you play as John Buckshot, a person who does not know who they are, nor why they are here, but all they know is that they must play the game, and they are going to play hard. In Buckshot Roulette, you'll only have one objective: beat the dealer at its own game. No tricks, no cheats, just ready the trigger and grit your teeth. Playing the game is quite simple. You'll have the shotgun loaded randomly with either lives or blanks, and an assortment of items to spice up the game. The shotgun is the tool of the game. The dealer loads the ammo into the boomstick and always lets you take the first shot. Your choices are simple. You can either choose to vibe check the dealer or vibe check yourself. Taking the shot at the dealer is straightforward. If it's a live round, congratulations, you've just ragdolled the floating emoji and turned its face into a mangled pile of teeth and rage, also known as teratoma. If it's a blank, congratulations once again, you've just pissed off the floating emoji and gave it grounds to retaliate with the utmost animosity. Now, on the other side of the coin, self-barreling is also a choice. If you have the unfortunate luck of munching on a live round, congratulations, you've just sent yourself to the Shadow Realm. Fret not, however, as you'll be pumped with a gallon of blood and hit with defibrillators directed right towards your brain, because you don't yet have the dealer's permission to die. If you're fortunate enough to hear the click of a blank, you get to skip the dealer's turn and go again. So you can either stick the barrel down the dealer's throat, or once again, take your chances and deep throat the long steel barrel. For items, you'll have a selection of multiple items that both you and the dealer receive randomly on some of the rounds. Handcuffs are the non-verbal way of saying, I'm not locked in here with you, you're locked in here with me. Handcuffs give you a variety of ways to roleplay, both at the table and in other sensual situations. Slapping on these bad boys will pretty much give you or the dealer 2 rounds with a shotgun, all while yelling, "Hey freak show, you're going nowhere, and I've got you for 3 minutes of playtime." Beer cans allow you to rack a shell from the shotgun. I've pretty much got no jokes for it. You are pretty much shotgunning a beer to rack a shotgun, or you can say you're racking a shotgun by shotgunning a beer. Cigarettes in Buckshot Roulette are the wonder medicine that reform you from an eviscerated mound of flesh into a somewhat passable human homunculus. The cigarettes that the dealer offers you are straight out of the 1940s, where they are literally prescribed by doctors for every conceivable ailment you may have. Smoking one of these cigarettes will make you eligible for one more round of defibs and blood transfusions, because at this point, after being blasted with multiple rounds of buckshot to the face, pain is the only thing that's familiar to you, and the sweet release of death will take that away from you. So, take a huff, make a puff, and learn to enjoy the pain. Saws are my personal favorite tool in the game. They are the single best way to vibe check the dealer. Sawing the shotgun will deal double the damage on a live round and double the psychological damage on a blank. The dealer came in today to ask if you wanted to play a game, and with the saw as an answer, you're essentially saying, no, I don't want to play a game, I just want to kill you. When you cut your shotgun with a saw, you are boldly declaring that violence is a question, and the answer is yes. Magnifying glasses are the go-go gadget magnet glasses that allow you to take a quick peek at the next shell in the chamber. Magnifying glasses are one of the best items in Buckshot Roulette, as you can essentially go from playing the odds to setting the odds with your newfound one-shell omniscience. I'm not gonna lie, Buckshot Roulette has one of the most aggressive methods of using the magnifying glass, and I absolutely love it. There's something so primal that tickles my monkey brain when you see your character smash a glass on the table, see a live round in the chamber, and just know you're about to feed the dealer a healthy serving of human ingenuity. With the 1.2 update, more items are added into the double or nothing mode to take your Schizo simulator experience to the next level. Burner phones allow you to make contact with a mysterious voice that brings some semblance of order to the dealer's randomized chaotic loading. Using this phone gives you a random piece of information about the load order. Now, it's debatable whether or not this mysterious stranger is a helpful individual, a person currently working off their debt, or just your own schizophrenic mind making an educated guess and being right 100% of the time. After all those pills, ciggies, and defibrillators have surely left your mind completely intact. Expired pills are the very definition of no balls. These bad boys are the real-life equivalent of seeing a random pill on the floor of a sketchy nightclub and then making the shrewd decision to ingest such pill in order to take your chances with achieving the greatest high of your life. Expired pills give you a 50-50 chance of either receiving a rectal prolapse or regenerating your missing kidney that you lost after taking those pills off the floor. I'm not gonna lie, initially I thought expired pills were just a burn item, seeing as they can put you in a worse situation or quite literally end your run. But after being backed into a corner with only a single life left and having odds more stacked than a med school student's insurmountable debt, I took a chance. I opened the pill tab, popped one out, and made sure to swallow it whole. Thinking my run was over, it was quite the opposite. I had essentially discovered reverse curse technique, and right then and there, I realized that throughout heaven and earth, I alone was the lobotomized one. The inverter swaps the current loaded shell in the chamber to the opposite of what it is. A live round becomes a discharge without any genetic material, and a blank becomes an unintended 18-year commitment. Inverters not only swap the polarity of the shell, but also swaps the polarity of your current mood. Feeling high from knowing the last couple of rounds are a blank, or even higher from the dealer constantly curb stomping his own teeth? Guess what? The inverter can quickly switch you from riding high to absolutely crashing low. Those blanks you were sure about? They've now become guaranteed damage. And seeing inverters on the dealer's side basically means if you play your turn wrong, you could be the one eating a healthy serving of teeth and lead. But just remember, as dangerous as the inverter can be on the dealer's turn, that also means that you can guarantee damage and become the danger. Adrenaline is the designated toxic pro-gamer EpiPen. Normal EpiPens are supposed to medicate your body with epinephrine and quell your body's allergic reaction. However, stabbing yourself with the dealer's Etsy-made EpiPen injects you with so much homemade epinephrine that you go into adrenal rage with symptoms similar to a ketamine overdose. With your newfound rage, you get to reach your hand across the table and, like an angry iPad kid devoid of their electronic parenting device, you are allowed to spoiled brat any of the dealer's items for your own immediate self-gratification. Now, here's where the toxic pro-gamer move comes in. The regular thought is that an adrenaline shot is used for stealing the dealer's items for your own benefit, like using handcuffs or magnifying glasses. But let me give you a hypothetical. Say you've gotten lucky and managed to hit the dealer down to 1 life, and you yourself are still full of life. But you see that you have a cigarette and the dealer also has one too. You might think, oh no, the dealer's gonna use adrenaline to use my cigarette and his own. He's gonna heal all the damage. I'd rather we both die with our hands wrapped around our metaphorical necks than give anything to the dealer. Out of spite that was born from scorched earth tactics, I used my own cigarette and then adrenalined his cigarettes too, just to make sure that the dealer stays on a single charge lifeline. After all, in a game where a single bullet can make the difference, denying your opponent an extra life can pretty much put an end to the round. Now, Buckshot Roulette is described as a tabletop horror game, and I agree with that. Buckshot Roulette starts you off in an unfamiliar place, blaring unfamiliar sounds and facing off against an unfamiliar adversary, or also known as what Travis the Chimp was feeling after taking some Xanax. The music, which is a certified banger, will eerily play in the background, reminding you that you're not in Kansas anymore, and any vestiges of hope you may have had have disappeared after you entered into the cage of the 12-gauge deathmatch. The dealer will use all of its tactics to have you psychologically submit. For Sun Tzu once said, "Mind break is my favorite genre, and the supreme art of war is subduing the enemy through sissy hypnosis." The dealer will give you an illegible contract to scare you into thinking, this is it, this guy is off the rails and he's about to kill me. And a random bloody contract with God gets slipped in, having the dealer quickly snatch it away and playing coy, almost acting like, oopsie, did I do that? Silly me. On top of all that, the dealer, being an undying creature, keeps coming back for more even after being fed a meal full of lead pellets. You are literally out here fighting for your life, and the dealer will act as if this is just another Tuesday. However, after a few rounds with the dealer, you'll soon see that Buckshot Roulette is a horror game not for you, but for the dealer. Your character, John Buckshot, faces his opponent, the dealer, head on. Every new entrance has John violently kicking the doors in. That isn't fear. but rather the acclamation that only one of us is leaving alive, and between you and me, Mr. Dealer, I'm already planning on double or nothing. The dealer cannot die, and you are exactly the same. Even after being money shotted by the dealer multiple times, you still are able to keep feeding the dealer buckshot through the power of drugs and defibrillators. Every time the dealer is hit, it comes back as if it was unfazed by the shot. However, that is completely and utterly untrue, as when the dealer gets hit, its face goes from a freshly graduated university hire to working 10 years at a Japanese black company. The dealer's psychological tricks on you are more of an attempt to get you to back down instead of stepping up. Much like tribes of men stealing meat from an entire lion pride, it's all about posturing and intimidation. The dealer showing God's bloody contract is indeed a confusing moment. Of course, it can be seen as an intimidation tactic, as if the dealer said, "I played against God and won, what can you hope to achieve?" But the dealer failed to realize one simple thing: I don't seem to recall signing that contract, and last I checked, it's a sin to tell a lie, and in this game, lies are punished with buckshot. By the end of the game, the dealer will try his darndest to scare you into thinking this is it, no more defibrillators or blood transfusions, just one step away from life or death. However, what I hear is the desperate cry of a wounded animal who has yet to realize that no amount of begging can save its life, because the dealer sealed its fate the moment it shot you in your face. After an endless amount of rounds, trading lead and personal insults, Buckshot Roulette stops being a horror game and becomes something more. It becomes a perpetual macabre dance of luck and chance between two undying gods of unbridled fury, a waltz of carefully crafted machinations of probability, or a complete GigaChad gamble on the odds that would make sweaty try-hard poker players absolutely lose their minds. Buckshot Roulette is a game of strategy and chance, and the dealer plays by the same rules. Something I love about the game is that the AI isn't 100% perfect. They use items to their advantage to make some GigaChad plays, and also make some choices that scream, it's personal now. The AI is programmed just fair enough that it dances between having you sweat buckets at the fact the dealer is about to lay some pipe on you, and doing some wacky zany moves that make you ask, just what exactly was your plan? It's an absolute blast to play with a dealer that burns almost every item on the board just to personally deliver one healthy serving of concentrated vendetta, to choosing to eat 2 live rounds in a row because it wholeheartedly believes that after eating 1 live round, it's a 99.9% chance that the next one is totally a blank. On the player's side, there's nothing quite like seeing 4 lives and 4 blanks, and then systematically firing all neurons to try and rig the odds in your favor. Every item used, every barrel deep-throated, all to make it such that you essentially wombo combo the dealer's face into a smash finish. On the flip side of the coin, I get a huge dopamine shot right into my monkey brain when I see that the odds aren't in my favor, and I just say, fuck it, we ball. One of the biggest rushes I've gotten from this game was going into a round with 3 to 4 odds and only having a saw and cigarette to my name. Rather than play it safe and get rid of the blanks, I immediately said, I like those odds, took a quick puff and puff, and went for the saw to vibe check the dealer. The moment I hit that shot, I felt like a financially destitute gambler who's been vindicated of all the ridicule they've received. Their criticisms of, you can't spend all of our bank money on the slot machines, we're not gonna have enough money for the baby formula, all garbage in comparison to the absolute dopamine hit that is playing the odds and winning. After all, 99% of gamblers quit before hitting it big, and gee golly gosh, hitting that shot is grounds for a double down. Overall, Buckshot Roulette is a wonderful game. There's just something great about hopping into the game and hearing the absolute banger music, all while lining up some statistical analysis or just straight up playing the odds. The game advertises itself as 15 to 20 minutes of playtime, and while that's accurate, I found myself playing a few more times, especially on Double or Nothing Endless mode. I can absolutely recommend Buckshot Roulette because it's an absolute blast to vibe check the dealer or get vibe checked yourself. And with the new 1.2 update, all the new items and improved dealer intelligence in Double or Nothing has made the game even more fun to play. That's it for this review of Buckshot Roulette. I very much hope you enjoyed the video. More to come in the upcoming weeks. Take care for now, paisanos.